Welcome back to our second live edition video here. Today is February 19th, President's Day. Most people have off, but we're sitting here working hard for you here at Crypto Fluency. And right now, I just want to share with you our first off-the-chart CNT. Okay, our first Cardano Native token in the portfolio that went off the chart. If you watched my last video, we looked at the portfolio overall, the Cardano portfolio overall, and I created this off the chart. I'm calling this section here. I know it says portfolio summary up here. Maybe I'll change that to just say off the chart. But down here, it's our off the chart off the chart. And what we have, what you're looking at, is all the Cardano Native tokens in our wallet. So we have 25. No, thanks. We got 24 Cardano Native tokens outside of ADA, okay? And what we're doing is we're tracking the progress of this model portfolio in real time in front of you all so that we can both see clearly the power of the Cardano ecosystem, right? Is Cardano the greatest ecosystem to look at as far as a speculator, an investor? That's going to be up to you. As far as growth is concerned, I think Cardano has one of the greatest potentials for growth in 2024. In fact, 2024 is going to be an incredible year for Cardano, where they have rolled out their on-chain governance. And so there's a lot that can happen in the year 2024 and beyond. We're looking out to 2027 here. There's a lot of exciting happenings for Cardano. And what is really exciting is that when you look at all of these projects, we'll go through them. They're in their infancy, okay? It just so happens that our one of our top picks, Cardano Native Token 1, one of our top picks, is just the first one to kind of bang off the chart. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to color code these. So what you're looking at here with the Cardano Native Token number 1 is that it went off the chart. Now, what does that mean? If you're newer to this, it is that when we set these charts up, we set the price back in January 25th. We set the price equidistant between going to 0 or doubling in value. And so when this token goes off the chart, means it doubles in value, we will color code it a certain number, a certain color. And then you see this number 1 here. This is the first time that this token went off the chart. In my previous video, I showed you on Tradingview that some of the token gains in a token's initial bull cycle can go thousands and thousands of percents high. It would mean that these tokens here might go off the chart 10 different times. And so we're gonna roll with this as this goes, and I'm gonna show you that every single time one of these tokens goes off the charts, we're gonna add that number here. I hope that all these tokens go off the chart 10, 15 times, 20 times, right? Do we have one down here on the list that can go off 30 times? Who knows? Who knows? So then we color coded it here. All right, we color coded the metric. And just to give you an understanding, okay, the portfolio started back here. This is when we started tracking the portfolio for the channel that we started for this live video stream. And it happened to be 125. So we're coming up on a month. All right? And this is the allocation. These are all the Cardano Native tokens that you just saw there on the other chart. We kind of color coded them as best we could. This is how much of each of these tokens are in the portfolio. So you see ADA is still strong with over a third of the dominance in our portfolio. And then you got CNT1 with 10%, CNT2 6.8%, right? And you can look through these. Okay, that totaled to $579,197. So that was the moment we started, and then we're tracking it. So the next chart here, we're going through, we're tracking it. You see, we color coded. So every single time one of these tokens goes off the charts, we're going to color code them. We're going to select 5 colors. So when this CNT goes off the chart again, we're going to color code it. It might be blue. That's going to represent the token that went off the chart twice. Then if it goes off the chart a third time, we might do an orange and then maybe like a reddish. Or we might just stick with the crypto fluency colors from our website. And then the 5th color is going to be representing that token went off the chart 5 times. And then we're just going to keep it that last 5th color, but we're going to have those numbers increase so you'll know. It's the winter time here. It's February. Cheers. We have a nice little tea. I might take some sips. You know, the voice is going down a little bit, but I'm not stopping. I'm putting this value out for you all right now in real time, and I'm super excited about today because today was the first day where one of our tokens went off the chart. You know, me and my wife are thinking to ourselves, when do you think that would be? Who knows, right? Who knows? It could be a month. It could be a couple weeks. And boom, right here on February 19th, it's an exciting day. There could be the case where some of these tokens actually leapfrog and like go off the chart twice in a row. And I might show you this on TradingView. Let's go over to TradingView and check this out. So as you can see, we have TradingView, and here you go. Ready? All right, right? TradingView. So what you have, I'm gonna take a little sip, sippy sip. Dandelion detox tea is what that is. Dandelion. It's got some nettle leaves in there. It's good for the liver and the skin. Ah, it's really nice. I've been off coffee. Okay, full disclosure. I've stopped coffee. It's been hard. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, so what you're looking at here, this could look like a complex situation, but just spend some time. Look, when you first look at these charts, it can be dizzying, but just give it some time, all right? I mean, I was not born at looking at charts, and now I feel like I'm pretty good with charts. And all these indicators are my indicators. So I've created these indicators in my own right. Now, what is like this indicator, for instance? So what we did, I kind of moved this over here to show you. I took a measurement tool. So over here, you have all these little indicators. This is kind of like a little, this is a little TradingView, little educator for you. You can click some of these, and then there's all these situations. Like here are my arrows, right? If I want to mark an arrow up, I can, where do I want to set that marker? Right there, boom, and then it populates. If I don't like where it is, I could just click onto it and delete it, and it's out. And let me show you where I got that one tool. There's so many tools. Where's it? Down here? I'm showing you the tool. Let me see if I click that tool. Does it populate it up for you all? Oh, now I'm not going to be able to find the tool. See, even me, a person who is on this all the time, but I set these charts like long time. Like the last time I used one of these measurement tools. You know, here they go. Date range, of course. Date range. Boop. Hit the date range. And you could start here and measure across to a certain time period for measurement reasons, for whatever you want to use. Okay. And so what I used it for is I'm measuring from the bottom here of this last like bear market to the top of the bull market. Okay. So this is the measurement of the sort of the bottom here to where I think these are identical, right? So history never repeats itself when you're thinking of trading and you're thinking of all that, but it does rhyme in lots of ways. Okay. And so this is kind of where our projection is. And if you look at how I created my boxes up here, they are like half of them are over here, such that the market goes into a left translated rogue type of market. So there's a lot of speculation out there right now in the crypto world that the way that these markets have been going, these 4-year markets, since the beginning of Bitcoin's history might actually change on this bull cycle. And the change could be such that the top would be earlier than the midpoint of the cycle, okay? Which would be somewhere around here. Actually, it could be as early as like July. It's leaning towards that it won't be that outcome, and that it will probably take a more traditional route and have the top be somewhere over here near 25, like late 25, even like October 25. And so we don't know, right? We're tracking this. We have no idea. We can only adjust and understand. I think that within 4 to 6 weeks, we'll get some confirmation that will let us understand more clearly whether or not it'll be this quick left translated bull cycle that would put, let's use one of these arrows, that could put, where are the arrows at? The top somewhere like around, here, from here to here. But if in 4 to 6 weeks we don't have some extreme high volatility upwards in the upward direction, it might be such that the top is going to come later like it traditionally does. Okay. All right. And so that's just an indication, but of where kind of bullish sentiment lies. So there's a lot of time, right? There's a lot of time. We have a lot of time. That's why you're in a good place. You're in a good spot to learn, to understand, to give yourself some education. So let's do some price measurements. I'm going to move to a different, I'm going to move over here to not the BLX. We'll go to Bitcoin, natural Bitcoin chart. I kind of have it set up similarly. Okay. Let's go to AGIX here. AGIX is kind of a naked chart, right? Nothing on there. All right, ready? You're going to get a freebie. You're going to get a freebie right now. AGIX was CNT1. There you go. AGIX is CNT1. Okay. If you could see here, boom, it just skyrocketed. For so many reasons. AGIX is a project focused on artificial intelligence. In fact, AGI, which is artificial generative intelligence, and go to AGIX.com. Just type in AGIX or go to coinmarketcap.com and look at SingularityNet is who they are. You could spend days and days and days looking at AGIX. They have an entire ecosystem within themselves. Hyperon, their Hyperon cycle. There are several tokens that they also are crafted in the ecosystem that are incredibly that have fantastic utility. And so there you go. You get a bonus in this video on this special day. So on the first token that went off the chart, it's given out to you all for free here to see what that token is, right? And not financial advice, right? I'm not saying go out and get an AGIX. In fact, sometimes when these tokens do pop off like this, people say, oh my God, I should just dive right into it. Well, it's more of a risk because who knows where it's going to go. I mean, if it just went all the way up, there's a lot of traders that might actually dump some tokens. But what is really powerful about AGIX is that it creates these staking vaults, and it was more for the Ethereum side. And now they just unlocked their staking vault for the Cardano side. So I think that has something to do with the power of it going up. Not to mention, it's just a fantastic project. I love Ben Gortzel. I'm looking at every one of their videos all the time. If I miss them, I listen to them at some point. When I'm driving somewhere, I'm listening to what they have going on. They just opened up offices in Dubai after the Cardano Summit. The Cardano Summit was in Dubai. Boom, boom, boom. Another reason why I think Cardano is one of the greatest growth potential projects, because a lot of their tokens, none of them have seen any growth. None of them have seen the market. None of them have seen a bull market at all. Okay. So in my mind, there's a lot of potential for growth. So when you're looking at a project, when you're looking at growth, okay, I'm just like let's take something that's like 2 cents. some of these projects in the portfolio are like 2 cents. So if we come down here, I'm taking my measurement tool down to like 2 cents. Wow, see, it's crazy. Some of these tokens that are at, let's say, what is that? 2.5 cents. This is what Cardano was at last cycle, right? We're gonna just measure that up to like $3, right? We looked at Cardano's performance last bull cycle, and it grew 12,000%. The potential for some of these tokens to have these incredible gains is like staring at us right in the face. Right? Their market caps are extremely low. They don't have a lot of money in them right now. And so if you put $100 into some of these, and then there's this crazy attraction, that $100 sort of rises with the tide of everything, right? And I'm not saying put $100 in, I'm just saying that these are things that you should think of when you're looking at these projects, right? Outside of the fact that they must be fantastic. Like, are they fantastic projects? What are they doing? And these are going to be decisions you're going to be making on your own. Now, where do I think AGIX can go? I think I'm going to start modeling this chart, and maybe I'll model this one here for you guys and gals as we move forward, because it's the first CNT that boom, went off the charts. So we could start to put some measures in here. I think it has the ability to go to $10 for sure. Let's just imagine if we got into AGIX today at around 53 cents and it goes to $10. Well, that's great. That's 1,828%. You know, I asked myself the question, is that gonna perform like that in my bank account? The bank account that's charging me money to keep it in there? No, my friends. Okay, so here when we're tracking these, we're tracking them out. It's something to consider. All right, and if you look at when we started our portfolio tracking, it was $579,197, and it is now today year to date $782. We have grown almost $200,000 within a month. Now, not every single one of these plots that I'm putting here at every single date is an upward direction, right? It's actually gone down here 10,000 and gone down more, okay, and gone up. And that's why I want to track this for you all, so you can see that the markets breathe. The markets breathe. They have inhales, they have exhales. There are cycles, there are mini cycles, there are things to be aware of. When you're in these markets, you are in the markets with all of the people who are in it. It's a crowd psychology. Everybody's got their opinions. Everybody has their own little biases. And when I look at the crypto space overall, it is staggering how many people have opinions about what blockchain's the best. And I'm stunned at how little they know about the difference between a layer 1 or a layer 2, or it's crazy, right? People are just literally trying to sit there and get Lamborghinis and get mansions and be the best trader. Look, this channel here, I'm trying to create an army of educated individuals who are interested in protecting their financial sovereignty and achieving that financial sovereignty through education and learning, and not being misled by all the FUD and the FOMO that's out there. All right, so let's buckle up, right? We're in the Wild West. In fact, I went to the 2021 Cardano Summit in Wyoming. I got in my truck, I drove straight over the country, go to Wyoming. The Wild West, actually. It was the Wild West. There's literally a town, Laramie, where there's a bar, the Buckhorn Saloon, where Billy the Kid, the gunshot is still in the window where he shot through the bar from the streets, literally straight up Wild Westy. And they have a ton of Wild West memorabilia out there. When I was out there, I met Charles in my intro, right? The last scene where I'm sitting there with Charles, that was at the 2021 summit. I got to meet Charles Hoskinson and many other people and learned a lot. Actually, when I'm standing there like this, when I'm standing there in next to those two robots, they came from AGIX. They came from SingularityNet. So I was able to see from them and learn from Ben Gortzel. It was really cool. And when I was out there, I got some Wild West memorabilia. I got the cowboy boots. I actually have a cowboy hat here. All right. And I might stick it on every now and then to remind you all that we're in the Wild West. Okay? This is a new frontier. It's unexplored. No matter what anybody wants to tell you, it's really on the very beginning of adoption. Okay? Regulations coming. In our country, the US, the spot ETF just was finalized, allowing the financial behemoths to begin to pour in. Is it only a matter of time before there's a Ethereum ETF, before there's a Cardano ETF? In my view, yes, that is imminent. It's coming. But we're not there yet. We're right here. We're in the new frontier. And so the stakes are high. We're ready to claim our stakes. And you know where that expression came from? Claim your stakes? It's that they used to allow you, they've released you. You know, you all lined up into naked land in the new frontier, in the Wild West. And you would literally run and stake your stake in the ground. And that was your land. That was a wonderful, wild time, wasn't it? You can't do that right now. That land is probably worth millions of dollars, right? And so here we are in the new frontier. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of scams. And we want to cut through that tape and give you some clear education, some blood, sweat, and tears that over the past 7 years, we have learned to realize how incredible these markets are. Okay, so if I put the hat on, it's because we're in the Wild West, right? We should never forget that. We should never forget that. Okay, so let's continue to look on. So 200 grand, that's not bad. Now people ask me, well, what is your projection? I don't like to do projections that much previously, but with this portfolio tracker, we're going to project, okay? We're going to project a little bit here. I'm going to get you on TradingView. We're going to be looking at this stuff because now's the time. Now's the time where changes are going to happen. And if you're not in position, you can get left behind very quickly, where you're like, well, let me just wait. I was talking to a guy the other day, Frank. I love Frank. He's the man. He was invested in Bitcoin and only Bitcoin. That's what he's involved in. He's got some other stuff. And okay, he is totally positioned in Bitcoin. And I'm like talking to him about Cardano. And like the next day he comes in and he's just like, I sold my entire position. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Did you put it into ADA? He's like, no, I'm going to wait. I'm like, well, what are you waiting for? I'm just going to wait. I want to meet with you next week. Okay. Okay. Well, my direction would be to slide it over immediately because you never know. And I don't know. Right. So that is, don't do anything rash. It's take a step back, think this through. All right. This is real life here, right? This is a serious matter. And so the more serious you take it, the better off you're going to be in the end, right? The more gambly it feels for you, the less serious that is. It's gambling doesn't feel serious. It's not serious. Sports betting and like I have a lot of friends that they do sports betting and they think it's like crypto. It's completely different animal. Okay, so you can succeed in this space, but you just have to be careful. You have to understand and know what you're doing. That's why we're here at Crypto Fluency, educating you about this language of crypto, okay? This new asset, this new opportunity with all these languages, like all these words like stake pools and liquidity mining and yield farming and incentivized test nets and right, the list goes on and on and on. And these things are happening right now in real time. And we're part of a lot of what's going on. And I want to share this opportunity with you all, okay? And so if we go back to that off the chart, There's a lot that's happening. I am going to make a statement out here right now that I feel like every single one of these is going to go off the charts. I'm making that statement now. And we'll see, right? We'll see. I think that every one of these is going to go off the charts at least 2 or 3 times, right? I mean, these are the top 25. I have over 50 assets in the portfolio. These are the top 25. So I definitely think that. Okay, so let me just show you the website, Crypto Fluency. Here we go. This is where you can know where, if you become an OG member, right? We're going to click that OG membership. If you want to know what all of my assets are, my portfolio is, you can become an OG member where you're going to get an insider look at my entire portfolio. We're going to show you what they are. We're going to link their websites for you. So it makes that research process easy for you. So you can fast track your due diligence and research their projects, because on their websites, they're going to have their white papers. They're going to have their roadmap, their tokenomics. All that stuff's going to be listed. You're going to look at the team. You're going to be able to join their Discords or their social media channels, X or whatever. Okay. And so that's what you're going to get being an OG member. You're going to get real-time notifications of market moves. Lots of things are happening. Things are participating all over the place, and you're going to get those prompts about ISPOs and launches, NFTs. I'll show you some ISPOs that we're a part of right now. Perhaps if I can remember it in this video, because there's so much that we're doing. But this is just like the original membership here, where you're going to get your feet wet a little bit. The option to submit questions, you're going to get it for 12 months. We're only doing this for the first 1,000 spots, $47. Okay, so we also have the inner circle group. When we're looking at this portfolio, right, and we're looking at all these tokens from 1 to 25, and you want to know what these 25 are, we have that solution for you as this inner circle member. Okay, so we have our OG members, our OGMs, and we have our ICGs, our inner circle group members. And as an inner circle group member, you're going to have exclusive access to everything in the OG membership. Like, you're going to have that role. You're going to have that exclusive access to the top 25 model portfolio. Okay, in real time, and then hundreds of hours of your time back, because I mean, you could do it yourself, but it's not easy, right? It's definitely not easy. And you can just check that out for yourself. I also have a mastermind. Okay, that is just what we're building here at Crypto Fluency. I think in the next video, we're going to release our roadmap, which is going to show what we're looking at for the next couple of years as far as development, things that we're going to offer. And you being an OG member, you're going to have exclusivity throughout that roadmap. All right? That's what the commitment is. It's going to be backwards compatible. Everything we build and everything we offer, our original members are going to be well kept throughout this process. All right? Because I said it before, I want an army. I want to create an army of people, a massive collection of people to realize the potential of what's going on. Okay? 782, it's $200,000 up. That's incredible. I'm so that's awesome. What are my projections? I think on the low end, I would say that this in 18 months or wherever, low end would be $10 million. 10 million, low end. So do you still have time? Yeah, I would say there's still time. Is it as good as a year ago? I mean, and some of you might have positions already. That's great. That's fine, right? And mind you, all of these tokens are participating in things that have them growing. So these numbers here are I'm not updating the actual numbers of what these tokens are. Like ADA has a liquid non-custodial staking mechanism. It's another reason why Cardano is one of the best ecosystems in all of crypto, in my opinion. These numbers are growing thanks to the liquid non-custodial staking mechanism of Cardano. Okay? So they're all growing, right, in real time. And so 10 million on a low end. So I can't wait for this. This one here, I'm waiting for it to go off the chart. Okay? Now, okay, then that's going to be past $1 million. This is serious stuff. Low end. My high end craziness, perhaps maybe 30 million. Right? Yeah. I mean, midterm, okay, we'll split the difference. $20 million here. So we're serious. Okay. We're serious with this. So you still have time. There's a lot of time to get in, to understand, to get into a vortex of thinking and research that shelters out the noise around you. Okay? That's what really started to help me. When I was going to these masterminds and learning from these professionals, and people were like asking what kind of books we should read, what should we read? And there was a lot that we read, and there was a lot that we did, a lot that we studied. Who should we follow and everything else? And someone said, every now and then it's good to stop hearing from everybody. Just shut it down and think for yourself, because you are a logical person, right? And when you do your own thinking and your own investigation without the fray of thought from other people that come in, that is what can separate you from being confused or just following the lead. That very comment that we received during one of those mastermind groups was what led me to my theory about Cardano. When I shut all the noise off and I shut everything out, shut all the Bitcoin maximalist people out and the Ethereum stuff out and everything, and I just focused on my own and did my own research, Cardano rose up out of the silence of my own research without the fray of the volume of noise around me. It was one of the greatest decisions, one of the greatest awakenings that I ever had, that I'm still sharing with you today. My theory has not changed. It has only gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think that this year, 2024, is going to be the strongest year in Cardano's entire history. They are the only blockchain, the first blockchain that is achieving true decentralized governance, on-chain governance. And so they're creating a constitution right now as we speak, okay? Through an organization, Intersect. You can check out Intersect. If you type in Intersect Cardano in your Google, you'll find the website and you can look at it for yourself. There's a lot going on. Thousands of people are waking up every day, working all day long on Cardano. It's an incredible space with a tremendous amount of future. In my opinion, the most out of all the crypto projects out there. I would argue that. And I am arguing that here. And I'm putting them in my portfolio out there for you all to see. And I'm giving you the opportunity for, in my opinion, pennies on the dollar. Okay. This was $5,000 for me when I went to LA. Okay. So I've taken everything and I've shot down. So to make it affordable for you all to see the value, because it changed my life. I wasn't even caring about this. I had another business that I was intending to scale. I wasn't intending to learn about crypto markets when I went to this mastermind. But it slowly but surely had me understand that we're in something unique in all of history. We're in something unique in all of history. And I better wake up, because this ship is going to sail whether I get on it or not. And that's the truth for every one of us. How good does it feel to be in position when this ship is sailing and the tide is rising? So how good does it feel to have the portfolio grow? $200,000? Is that valuable? You're going to make that call. My hope is that you all can see the opportunity and share with me some insights, because we'll learn from each other. I'm going to have an event at some point near where I'm at in the Northeast, the Philadelphia area. So that's hopefully a place where we can get together and sort of meet person to person, right? Because there's a lot of people around here that I talk to, but I want to reach the masses. I want to create a wonderful army of people I love talking to international fans out there. And one of my international subscribers and friends gave me some good feedback. That's why the studio's changed a little bit, because this is our first live stuff, right? I'm on the spot. I can't hiccup. I can't mess up. And you got the lighting. I got, right, a lot of stuff to contend with. But today's a fantastic day. It's the first day that we're off the chart. I'm so pumped about that. The next time you see this chart, we're going to update it to scale it up again. So we will continue to track this AGIX. All right. So we know that this one's AGIX. We know that that's the bonus for today's video. That's the only bonus you're getting, by the way. That's the only bonus you're getting. I was thinking it was going to be like 7 or 13 or one of these other ones. I was like, it's CNT1. Well, of course, it's like one of our first picks, right? Now, SingularityNet, AGIX, what they're doing is absolutely mind-blowing. Every time I listen to Ben Gortzel talk, I feel like somehow I'm getting dumber, but then at the same time, I'm like, wow, am I getting smarter listening? I mean, it's like it's incredible what they're doing. And so congratulations to them. They have a massive future in the same right. And it's just so nice because what Cardano does is it sets a model for all of the Cardano native tokens to follow. So the on-chain governance stuff that I'm talking to you about, it paves the way for all of these tokens to achieve on-chain governance, which they are in real time. I mean, a lot of these in the mastermind, right? In the mastermind, what you're going to get is you're going to get full access to every single DeFi platform that I am invested in, right? So I'm going to show you every single DeFi instrument that I'm using and how I'm using that. And most of them, every single one of them, there's governance to where you vote, to where you vote on the direction of that protocol in what is a DAO, okay, a decentralized autonomous organization, meaning the federated founders don't get to just tell you and show you the direction where you have no choice. You as a token holder get to vote with your token power, and you have a say in that direction. So it's awesome. I mean, that's another reason why I think it's 1,000% why Cardano is one of the, if not best, ecosystems in Cardano in the crypto space overall. All right. So cheers to AGIX. I can't wait to see let's see what some of these other ones are up to. Okay, what do we got? You see ADA sort of sliding its way up. By the way, ADA's previous all-time high was $3. $3, right? $3 was ADA's previous all-time high. You know, and so when you look back, when I was like accumulating around here in the 2.5 cent, 3 cent mark, I knew that the previous all-time high was over $1. So it made a lot of sense to me, because when you learn how markets are and you learn assets as they rise, like the growth of assets, you look back in the history of the token or the asset. And like I said, it's not always going to be the same exact case in the future, but the history rhymes. And so I knew with like a 99% certainty that it would probably retest at least the all-time high, which at that time was $1. Okay, so it was $1. Fine. Okay, so this is 2 cents. If I take $1 and divide it up and buy something and divide that dollar into 2 cents tokens, I'm gonna get a lot of tokens. So these are the calculations that I hope to help you start to want to make. Okay, because right here where we are, okay, yeah, so I'm looking, this is where I focused a lot of my time down here, but here we are now, we're at 60 cents. Forget the previous all-time high of $3. I mean, the 2 all-time highs ago, it was $1. So Do you think that ADA is going to test $1 at least? I don't know what to say. I do believe that it will absolutely test the previous all-time high and eclipse it. The previous all-time high. But the previous all-time high, and this is where things get kind of exciting. The previous all-time high here was $3. So should we consider in our thought process that perhaps ADA, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, and I'm not saying that you should buy ADA because it's going to happen. I'm saying, should we put this in our like our thinking cap as we decide what we're doing, as we're looking at Cardano? Should we put it into our thinking cap that its previous all-time high was $3? Do we have a likelihood outcome that Cardano might hit its previous all-time high or eclipse it and come on up to create a new all-time high? Well, when we look at Bitcoin, we have something to look at, something to help us with that understanding. Okay, these all-time highs that are created continue to rise, right? And so ADA is like over here in its infancy. Now, this is a logarithmic scale, which shows it differently. So I'll come back here to this Bitcoin scale for you all. Where are we at with ADA? We're right around like here. This is where we're at with ADA. Basically where we're at. It had its first, okay, it had its second, and here we are. This is like the entire chart of ADA. Right? I mean, where can it go? Right? We're gonna see, right? We're gonna see in real time, and that's why we're tracking it. So Bitcoin, another interesting thing to think of is that Bitcoin is near its previous all-time high. It is already well past its previous all-time high, right? ADA, if you remember, was like $1-ish. And so that's also extremely exciting for me because ADA didn't even hit its previous all-time high yet. And what you see with these altcoins, okay, is that there is a lag. Like when Bitcoin rises, the altcoins lag for a while and then follow suit. And so ADA does have, in my opinion, I'm bullish on the fact that ADA could pop up pretty dramatically in the near future, exceeding its previous all-time high of that $1 mark and reach up towards the mid dollar, like $1.50 or something like that. Who knows? But yes, so those are some foods of thought to think of, all right, as we're moving forward. And so I think that that's a great video for today. I just wanted to share with you the first token off the chart. We have some that are kind of getting near it, right? Some that are sort of testing up. This was quick. This was almost real fast. But a lot of these tokens, I'm saying, like every single one of these tokens has barely been here. They're in their infancy. And so I'm excited to see how that'll work. Oh yeah, this is the original chart that we sort of duplicated to create that new green one. But a lot of them are just moving sideways. So there's still some opportunity. Okay, there's still an opportunity to be an Inner Circle member or get your OG membership. Send me an email, whatever. Come test the website out. See if there's any kinks that we can iron out, because we're excited about this. We're excited about putting together this content for you all out there, and we're excited for your feedback. All right. So with that, we're going to end today's video. This is the second live video where we're still bullish on how Cardano is the greatest ecosystem in all of crypto, as far as growth, as far as the disruption that they're causing, that they're doing in the finance world. what their mission is, the energy efficiency of Cardano, the security, the community. Gosh, the list goes on and on. And so cheers to that. I'm going to drink some more of this tea. I'm going to rest up. I'm going to crunch into some of these numbers. I'm going to get into some of these projects and see if I can find something different. Okay, so until then, until next time, cheers everyone. Have a great day.